Hello and welcome. Today we've got something simple for you. So sit down, take a round, and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to my promised review of Friday the 13th, 2009, the remake. Okay, so where do we start with this? First of all, I've seen the movie twice. I saw it opening night, and I saw it just a couple of days ago again. This is the thing with the movie. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. In my opinion, it was a good movie. I mean, was it a throwback to the old Friday the 13th movies? No. But I mean, anybody who's going to go watch this movie, and I'm sorry, there might be spoilers in this review as well, just to let you know. But anybody who's actually going to see this movie, come back and say, that's not as good as the originals, makes no sense at all. Seriously. Not as good as the originals? Friday the 13th is a cool franchise. Jason is a cool character as well. But let's face it, seriously, the whole movie line of Friday the 13th is just one B movie after another. These were never intended to be great films. These were never intended to win any Oscars. They were never intended to win anything except maybe a Razzie. These are not super high-end quality pictures. They're gore B movies. You know, they're massacre B movies. That's all they are. So people saying, you know, this new one ain't as good as the originals. You really need to rewatch the originals. Trust me. I watched the originals from part 1 to part 8 from Monday to Thursday night before seeing it on Friday. And what I saw in the new Friday the 13th was a lot better and more innovative than what I saw in the old Friday the 13th. Now, not to say that I don't have some nitpicks about the movie, because I do. I found it very Texas Chainsaw Massacre-ish, like the remakes of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You could maybe call it, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre the 13th, if you want to call it that. There's a lot of that in it, probably because you get to see more of Jason, explore more of Jason's, you know, more of his mind and all that, you know, with the underground tunnels and all that. See more about what he's all about than you ever did in the other movies. Which is more like Leatherface-ish from Texas Chainsaw Massacre in that retrospect. So that's a little, the whole flow of the movie. It's a new Friday the 13th for a new age. It's what it is. It's not really, it's supposed to be kind of somewhat loyal to the old ones, but still with that new kind of Hollywood spin on what horror movies are nowadays. A kind of spin that made horror movies cool with teens from the 80s. That spin of gore and all that has changed nowadays. And now it's a spin of being hip and being clever in the movie at the same time. Scream kind of started this trend, and that's kind of the trend we see in the new Friday the 13th movie as well. The movie, in retrospect, did kind of play kind of a little homage, going from part 1 to part 3. One reason I say that is because you go from Jason's mom getting killed with him wearing the burlap sack over his head, over to him getting the hockey mask. So I guess that's kind of a combination of the 3 first movies of the original Friday the 13th series. And something you'll notice in it that's kind of, I don't know, kind of weird in the beginning is Jason's mom, same with the counselors and all that, trying to kill the last one in the beginning of the movie. I find the actress playing Jason's mom isn't really creepy. Betsy Palmer from Friday the 13th Part 1 was extremely creepy. And I find this new mother creepy at all. I find it actually kind of sad. Just my opinion. But overall, the movie goes well. See Jason do a lot of innovative things, such as have all this underground lair and have this underground tunnels and stuff, which kind of sort of explains partially how he magically teleports from one place to another in the later movies. Maybe he takes an underground tunnel and pops up further up, you know what I mean? Could kind of explain it. So that was kind of cool. I did also like the way he gets killed in the end. with a chain around the neck and pulling into that wood chipper. That was really neat. He falls through he actually breaks the wood, goes back forward again, gets pulled back towards it, you know, and then the head starts getting ripped up. Then they push the body in the lake. His face when he hits the lake, does anybody else find it kind of looks like Freddy from Wes Craven's New Nightmare? I don't know. The scene kind of goes fast when he's underwater. It's kind of what it looks like. I like the fact they put him back in Crystal Lake at the end. And at the end again, he pops up and grabs the two people. Didn't really care for that. It's kind of an homage to the original, the first 3 parts of Friday the 13th. Somebody comes out of the lake and grabs the survivor at the end. It's always the way it goes, even though it never ever made any sense. And didn't even follow continuity. That's just the way it happened. So I guess I kind of kept that in there for the fans, which is kind of cool. One of the coolest elements of the movie, something my friend mentioned after the movie was kind of funny, was we're finally revealed to the real reason why Jason kills people. Has nothing to do with his mother all along. His mother being dead, him drowning, nothing to do with it. When does Jason start killing? The second somebody gets into his weed stash. That's right. Jason was protecting his weed fields. That's why he started killing people. You got close to his weed, he killed you. And if you don't believe that because the kids in the beginning find the weed and then they get hacked, look at the other guy. The guy who was jerking off to that porn magazine thingy. That guy. That guy comes back to the cabin. Where he works, where he's worked for a while, where somebody apparently still steals the kerosene. This guy's been working there for a while. Never once has Jason bothered him. Then what? He comes home with a bag full of Jason's weed. Oh yeah. You don't screw with Jason's weed, man. As soon as he got that bag of weed, Jason was on him. On him! Oh yeah. Jason loves weed. Jason took those kids, killed them. Took that crazy guy with the porn magazine. He took Jason's weed. Jason hacked that guy. Then after took his hockey mask. Oh yeah. That guy was Jason's bitch. Because the one thing you don't do, you don't mess around with Jason's weed, man. So if we learn anything from all the Friday the 13th movies in the past as well, people who do drugs are usually killed. And I think the real reason why, after seeing this movie, is because Jason's jealous. They didn't buy his weed. If you don't buy Voorhese weed, man, you're out. That's the best weed there is. So kids, remember, don't do drugs. Especially not at Camp Crystal Lake, man. And if you're doing drugs, it better be Jason's weed. Till next time, guys. Later.